we're now going to take ourselves into Warrior Two. Okay, so with Warrior Two, we're going to start by standing with our feet about 3–3.5 feet apart. Okay, and we're going to start off with the left foot first of all here. So lifting your toes and rotating out from the hip, turn your left foot out 90 degrees, place it back on the mat, and then bring your right foot round 15 to 20 degrees. Hands on your hips and bring your pelvis round so your pelvis is facing along the long end of the mat. Make sure your core is nice and engaged, and again that your shoulders are up and back. And bring your hands to chest height and out to shoulder height. And then turn your head and look along the length of your left arm. So you're looking along the middle finger of your left arm. And then bending that left knee. Again, just making sure with your left knee and just making all the adjustments to make sure that that knee doesn't go beyond your ankle. So we don't want this with your knee beyond your ankle, but we want your knee to be above your ankle. So all the things to remember here: make sure that both feet have a solid base on the mat. Make sure this back foot doesn't lift. Make sure you can see your big toe and that your kneecap is pointed more towards your little toe. Make sure your shoulders aren't hunched, but they're nice and relaxed. You can feel the stretch of your arms, forward and back. And you feel a nice stretch, both in the back leg and in the thigh. But you're feeling strong. You can glance back every now and again, just make sure this arm hasn't dropped. It's very easy for that arm to drop. Just take a wee shifty back and make sure it's still parallel. Inhale, and as you exhale, bend the left arm and bring the left elbow onto the left thigh, making sure that your left hand is engaged, and bring this right arm over, coming towards your ear. If your neck's okay, then you can look up towards your right hand, but if you have problems with your neck, then just keep your gaze down at your left hand or straight ahead. Inhale, coming up to standing. Feet together, shoulders we roll back, and then we repeat it on the other side. So we lift our right foot, rotating from the hip, rotate the foot out 90 degrees and the back foot in 15 to 20 degrees. Hands on hips, and bring your pelvis round so it's parallel with the long end of the mat. Core engaged, shoulders up and back. Bring your hands to chest height, out to shoulder height, and look along the middle finger of the right hand. Now bending your knee, again being very careful with this knee, making sure it doesn't go beyond your ankle. So just do a little scan of your body. Make sure, just look at your kneecap, make sure your kneecap isn't covering your big toe and that it's pointed out more towards your little toe. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. and that your core is engaged. Make sure you've got a nice solid base on both feet and that your back foot hasn't lifted in any way. And you can feel all four corners of your feet on the mat. Just check back that this arm hasn't dropped. If you want to, whenever you inhale, as you exhale, you can just dip down a little bit further. Make sure that core is engaged. Just think about your breath. Now inhale, and as you exhale, bend that right arm. Put the right arm elbow onto the right thigh. Make sure that this hand is engaged. Bring your left arm up and over towards your ear. And if your neck's okay, look up towards that hand. If your neck's not okay, then you can look down or gaze straight ahead. Concentrate on your breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming up to standing. And give yourself a nice shake.